found her sinking into the mud. Saltwater has been eating this Cold War legend alive for 30 years. The structural joints are completely seized. One wrong move and this airframe snaps like dry kindling. The canopy glass is gone, but the original altitude indicator is still hiding beneath the brine.
Bringing a supersonic jet back from a salt marsh requires more than just hope. It takes muscle.
First layer of defense, blasting away 30 years of Atlantic salt before it eats any deeper.
Barnacles actually fuse to the steel. It's like scrubbing away concrete with your bare hands.
The acid is eating the rust from the inside out. Don't breathe these fumes in. Underneath 4 layers of dead Navy paint, we might actually find some solid structural metal.
This needle scaler delivers 1900 blows a minute. It's loud, but nothing shifts scale faster.
Bureau number 150843, built in Dallas, 1964. She's a true Vietnam-era veteran fighter. Every single fastener is frozen solid by the salt. We have to shock them loose one by one. That sound is beautiful. It means the bolt broke free instead of snapping off inside the frame. Drilling out 600 rotten rivets. Miss the center by a millimeter, and you ruin the skin. The original factory moisture sealant has turned into something resembling fossilized bone after 60 years. The unique variable incident wing is off. Now we can finally see what the saltwater did inside. It's a total mess inside. Every single electrical harness is rotted out and will have to be completely remade. Cutting out the old nervous system. There's no saving wire that's been soaking in ocean brine. The main dashboard is out. For the first time since 1964, this cockpit is completely bare. Old hydraulic fluid. Smells terrible, but it actually preserved the lower control linkages from the salt. 2 millimeters of material lost to salt pitting on the compressor blades. This engine is officially junk. 6 decades of air trapped inside the main fuel tank, released in a single second. Securing the nose gear. If this iron chain slips, 500 pounds of aluminum comes crashing down. The floorboards are completely paper thin. We'll have to fabricate entirely new ones from raw sheet metal. She's completely stripped down to her bare bones. The destruction is done. Now the real work begins. Fabricating a new patch panel for the lower fuselage. Fresh aviation-grade aluminum is beautiful to work with. Grinding down to raw, healthy structure. You have to remove every molecule of corruption before you weld. Hand-forming the nose curve on the anvil. It takes patience to make flat metal match a supersonic curve. TIG welding the main titanium bracket. 60,000 pounds of aerodynamic force will rest on this weld. Look at those colors. A perfect weld bead means the structural integrity is completely restored. Plecos hold the skin under tension before riveting. It's like temporary metal stitching. Pounding solid rivets. This is exactly how Vought built this jet back in '64. Zero tolerance deviation. Every single rivet head is perfectly flush with the aerodynamic skin. Cutting out the cancer, you have to go at least an inch past the visible rust to find clean metal. English wheel stretches the metal molecule by molecule. It's a slow dance to get the curve right. Adding filler rod to reinforce the structural flange. This metal is stronger now than when it left the factory. Blending the weld. When I'm done, you won't even be able to tell this panel was ever damaged. Torquing the main bulkhead to 95 foot-pounds. This holds the entire tail section together at supersonic speeds. Feathering the metal edges. If you can feel even a microscopic ridge with your fingernail, it will show through the paint. Exactly 0.090 inches. Perfect blueprint specification achieved for structural load-bearing components. Zinc chromate primer. This toxic green coating is the only thing that can permanently stop saltwater corrosion. Deburring the edges removes stress risers. A single sharp edge can crack under high G-forces.
Rawhide mallets shape aluminum without leaving marks or bruising the metal grain structure.
Cherry lock rivets pull with immense force. Once that stem snaps, that panel is never coming loose. Polysulfide sealant. This creates an airtight, fuel-proof barrier that keeps moisture out forever. Running brand new stainless steel lines. The original aluminum plumbing was pitted halfway through. Countersinking every hole allows the rivets to sit completely flush, maintaining supersonic laminar airflow.
The structural metalwork is complete. She's strong, straight, and ready to become a whole airplane again.
Sliding the main gear pivot pin. This heavy steel rod handles the impact of landing a 9-ton jet. Cadmium plating protects the fittings from future moisture. No shortcuts on a military-grade build. The dashboard goes back home. Every single gauge has been calibrated and sealed against moisture. Click. That's the main cockpit power loop restored. Brand new wiring means 0 electrical shorts. Securing the throttle mechanism. The movement is glass smooth now that the salt grid is gone. The original trigger switch works perfectly. That heavy mechanical click is incredibly satisfying to feel. This seal keeps the cabin pressurized at 40,000 feet. It has to be 100% airtight.
Torquing the axle nut. Fresh high-pressure grease ensures the wheel won't seize during a high-speed landing.
Safety wire ensures vital bolts can never back out under flight vibrations. It's an art form. Test port cleared. We are officially ready to pressure test the entire flight control system. The tail cone is back on. The silhouette of the Crusader is finally whole again. She's fully assembled and standing on her own 3 feet. Next up, transforming this patchwork metal into a canvas. Sanding the entire jet with 320 grit. The paint needs a perfectly scratched surface to bite into. Masking off the canopy rails. Prep work is 80% of a museum-grade paint job.
Protecting the new canopy glass. One stray drop of paint overspray can ruin hours of polishing work.
Mixing the epoxy primer coat. This yellow layer creates a chemical bond between the metal and the top coat. Lay it down wet and even. The yellow epoxy primer seals the metal away from the air permanently.
No runs, no orange peel, no dust nibs. A perfectly flat primer layer means the top coat will look like glass.
Stirring the official light gull gray top coat. This is the exact color she wore on the carrier deck in '64. The top coat goes on. Watch that reflection form as the paint flows out perfectly wet. Gull gray on top, insignia white on the bottom. The classic United States Navy look is back. Applying the original stencils. Every font and letter placement matches the factory technical manuals exactly. Short bursts for the lettering. You don't want the black paint to bleed under the vinyl edge.
The reveal is perfect. Sharp, clean edges with absolutely zero paint bleeding. Beautiful.
Hand painting the warning stencils. These tiny details are what separate a restoration from a masterpiece. Unveiling the nose cone. That black radome instantly gives the Crusader her aggressive, iconic look back.
The paint is down and she looks factory fresh. Now, we polish it until it reflects like a mirror.
Applying the cutting compound. This compound removes microscopic surface imperfections to unlock the deepest gloss. Keeping the buffer moving constantly. If you stay in one spot too long, you'll burn right through the fresh paint. Watch the paint haze disappear. That is a true, museum-grade liquid gloss appearing right before your eyes. Wiping down the trim. When the metal starts squeaking like that, you know it's perfectly clean. The clay bar pulls out invisible contaminants. It makes the paint surface feel as smooth as polished ice. The final protective layer, pure Brazilian carnauba wax. This seals the gloss in and keeps water out.
Waxing the National Star insignia. This jet is finally getting the royal treatment she deserves.
Look at that water beading. Salt water will never be able to bite into this metal again. One wipe, completely dry. The surface tension is perfect. This paint job is officially museum grade.
She's finally done. From a rotting coastal wreck to a flawless, shimmering piece of supersonic military history.
30 years of saltwater decay, erased. The Vought F-8 Crusader stands proud once again. Every line is perfectly straight. Every single rivet head is a testament to thousands of hours of handcrafted labor. The cockpit is no longer a graveyard of salt. It's a functional time capsule from 1964. The unique variable incidence wing, fully restored and locked in place, ready to slice through the air at Mach 1.8. Even the parts you'll never see are built to factory blueprint perfection. True restoration leaves no corner untouched.
The tail section is seamless. She no longer looks like a wreck pulled from the mud. She looks alive.
A paint finish so deep it looks like liquid glass. This is what museum-grade complete restoration truly means.
Standing tall on her fully rebuilt landing gear, ready to bear the weight of history for generations to come. Saved from the salt, rebuilt by hand. This last of the Gunfighters is officially cleared for display.
The smallest markings tell the biggest stories. Every warning label is an exact replica of the 1964 factory standards.
The intake is clear. Once a choke trap for salt water and mud, it's now a clean lung for a fighter. No gloves this time. The surface feels like glass. The long war against the salt is officially won. From the pilot's seat, she looks like she just rolled off the assembly line in Dallas 62 years ago. The unique wing mechanism is tightly sealed. A beautiful design, preserved exactly as the engineers intended.
A work of art carved out of Cold War steel and aluminum.
The gun ports are clear. This was the last of the Gunfighters, the last Navy jet built with cannons. No more flat tires sinking into the salt marsh. She stands tall on a solid foundation now. Her identity is preserved forever. Bureau number 150843 will never be forgotten or lost to time. The restoration is complete. This 1964 champion is officially saved for the world to see. The lines are razor sharp. When you paint a supersonic machine, even the tail edges must be mathematically perfect. The mid-air refueling system. Every line has been flushed, pressure tested, and sealed against future moisture.
Even the screw heads are indexed. It's that level of dedication that turns a repair into a monument.
Flipping the presentation switch. She is officially no longer a project. She belongs to history now. This is the heart of the flight controls. Total mechanical order, restored out of complete, salt-pitted chaos. Brand new rubber, vintage markings. Every part is ready to hold this supersonic legend for the next 50 years. The last of the Gunfighters, fully reborn. A supersonic masterpiece rescued from the grave.
She will never rot again.